Welcome to Subramani. There are many things which you do alone and things which you could be doing with your spouse. Retirement planning is something which you have to do with your spouse because it is important that both of you are on the same page, your same level of understanding and same way of managing risks and same way of managing your portfolio. This is because at some stage you will be alone. Either you will die first and she will be alone, or vice the reverse. One of the two could happen. So how do you start this whole exercise? So first of all, your wife and you both realize that you're going to retire one day, someday, and maybe you live in a different location. So first of all, align your visions for retirement. Where will you live? Will you want to live in the will you want to continue to live in the house where you are living right now, or will you want to change? For example, I am living in this nice house in Nerul in Navi Mumbai. I would like to live here for another 7-8 years, and by the time I hit 70, I don't want to live without any assistance, right? So I want to live in an assisted living place where I don't have to bother every day about what food is to be made. It's my wife who's bothered about it, but every day to think, should I make this, should I make that? It's too painful. So if that can be outsourced, it is very useful at the age of say 70, 72, whatever. So be very clear that at 70 or 72 you will move to a senior citizen home, and maybe at 85 you will move into geriatric care which is going to be very different from a senior citizen home. So where will you live? What will you eat? Because that's also very important, saying, oh my God, there I can't get this food, I can't get this food. So keep all that all that clear. How will you spend your time? Husband and wife may spend some time together, some time listening to some music. He may be an outdoor person, so he may go out running, he may go out traveling, and she may not be interested in all that, so she may go into some maybe some bhajan group, some prayer group, right, something like that, or vice versa. Both could happen. So find out what common activities and what activities which you're going to do separately. Will you be working in retirement? Will you be doing assignments, etc. after you have retired? Then that also has to be factored in, because that will also decide where you will live. You may not be able to live in a smaller town, and then you will not get work. So you have to find out all that. And very importantly, don't buy the place where you want to live when you are just 55. Right, so buy it when you are 70, because you have, if you have decided to move in at 70, buy it when you're 69, not at 54, hoping to give it on rent and all that. It is too much of a headache. In 60, when you're 69 years, there'll be better choices, better prices, better facilities. So don't be in a hurry to buy. In fact, don't buy at all. Stay in a rented place for some time in Jaipur, sometime in Coimbatore, sometime in Pune, a lot of Kerala. Sorry, a lot of these things are available, so go and have a look. Don't buy, don't be in a hurry to buy it 1 month before that you want to move in. Now sit and understand your combined finances. It might be worthwhile withdrawing from the husband's account only and let the money grow in the wife's account, because you don't want that to be depleted, because you're going to get some tax benefit of keeping the money there. But suppose the husband's income is about 18 lakhs and the wife's income is 3 lakhs. There is something which you have to do by which you increase your wife's income, because up to 12 lakhs is tax free for her also, right? So there, between the two of you, if a requirement is less than 24 lakhs a year, it's a fantastic reason to shift the capital in such a way that both of you earn 12 lakhs rather than one person earning 18 lakhs and one person earning 3 lakhs. So sit and understand your combined finances. See if there is any debt. Very good chance that in India by this age your debt is over. But some people go and buy a second home and things like that. So see whether there is debt. See whether you are comfortable handling that debt, or do you want that debt to be repaid. I know one couple who were getting a concessional loan, so they bought a nice big house with a concessional loan and gave it to their son. Son also had to borrow some money, so he became a part owner, but he had to pay rent to his father to the extent that his father was a lender, right, in that property. As a co-owner, but he was actually a lender. So he started paying his father. He said, I will return the money rather than give it as a income, and his father was okay with that. Then he said, then the father, because of this change in taxation, father has converted that amount into a rent, for partial rent for using the property where he is a part owner. That's a very sensible thing to do, because father did not have so much of pension. He had only about 6 lakhs as pension. Now he's getting 6 lakh pension and 6 lakhs rent, right? So these kind of things, understanding your combined finances along with your children, so that if you have to do something which affects and impacts and helps your children, do that also. Then set a joint retirement budget. If you don't know how much you're going to be spending in retirement, set up a budget, because there you enumerate your daily expenses, your healthcare costs, your long-term care costs in the future, whatever will happen, leisure and travel, then emergency cushion for something going wrong, right? Having all the contact numbers, etc. Making sure that your children are reached to by your neighbors in case something goes, in case of death or in case of some other emergency. Right, so set joint retirement budget, taking care of all these costs. Maximize your social security benefits. If you are in the USA, decide when you want to withdraw from your social security, converting from your Roth IRA account. Do that. In case you have a pension and your wife will get a pension after your death, make sure that your wife understands that how it works, and after your death there may be a lump sum which your wife is supposed to get, maybe 5 lakhs from LIC, some your annual superannuation, so 3 lakh, 5 lakh, something is to come. She should at least know that she has to make that claim, right? Then between the two of you, coordinate your retirement account withdrawals. If the husband has 3x, 4x more than the wife, make sure that the withdrawal is 4x more from the husband than from the wife. In fact, I would say make all the withdrawals only from the husband's account, so that the wife's corpus can grow, which can then be converted into debt instruments, which will create current income up to 12 lakhs if she does not have taxable income right now. Check out the required minimum distribution according to the traditional IRA, Roth IRA, etc. Make sure that it is a tax efficient way of drawing, and you should also have your investment bucket, so that there you need funds kept invested for a longer period, so that when it grows you can start withdrawing. Maybe when you're 75, 76, you transfer something from equity bucket to debt bucket and start withdrawing from there. Please plan for healthcare and long-term care. Look at your policy, see what it will pay, what it will not pay, right? Is there a cap on room rent? Does that cap really matter? Is cashless available sorry, at the nearest hospital that you live currently? And if you're planning to shift places, then whether cashless is available at a hospital closest to where you are going to stay, right? So check out your medical insurance, check out your long-term care insurance if you have. Very likely that you won't have it if you're in India. We don't have such a policy. But if you're in the US, check whether you have enough, and check whether you want to buy more. Also understand it's a very expensive kind of a policy, right? Talk about estate planning with your wife, with your children, whatever it is. Get your children also to be interested in that. So make sure that you're dividing your assets in a way which is fair to both, and explain it to him. Tell your son that, look, I spent so much on your education, so I'm giving more to her. Tell your daughter, look, I spent so much on your wedding, so I'm giving more to my son. Whatever it is, why you're doing is not important from a legal point of view, but from your future, that your family will want to think about it. It's better that you clarify what you're doing. It is useful. Make a power of attorney for your wife. Make a power of attorney in your son's name, daughter's name, whatever it is. Also make sure that you have a living will, right? In case something goes wrong, what you want to be treated, what you don't want to be treated, that is a living will. Very different from a will which is which comes into play only after you have died, right? Regularly check what you have done. Do you need changes, right? So keep monitoring that. Preferably work with a financial advisor who might communicate between the two of you very well, because you might start fighting if your husband and wife start talking about money and she's saying one thing, he's saying one thing. Don't do that. Use a financial advisor, it could be useful. So remember that retirement might be a new chapter in your relationship. It could be very exciting, it could be very boring, depending on how you look at it. Look for some joint activities, and also look for activities which are not joint activities, because 24/7 you may not want to do activities with one person for 365 days. 4-5 days in a year, if you go on a vacation, that is different, but 365 days vacation is not very easy. Thank you.